level. But the rehearsal they need to change, and obviously a big game tonight. Liverpool, I mean, they'll be well up for this, and we know the history of the first team and the teams now the PL2 to take stage. And looking forward to seeing a few faces that we've not seen a lot of, Ben. One of them in particular, number 11, Harvey Val. Gary's the youth team player, now playing in the PL2, so been promoted very early. Looking forward to see how he stacks up tonight.
Tough boy, the baby of the team tonight. Just 17 years of age, Harvey Vale. Getting a little run in the side, just his third appearance, as I mentioned, because Miles Bell, Marcel Lewis, and indeed Henry Lawrence have been for a little while now. Andy Myers making his way across the turf. Liverpool will come and join soon, I'm sure. This is a contagious thing that seems to be happening at Stamford Bridge all the time, with the Oppo never ever getting out there in time because they're coming from the Chelsea club. It keeps happening. Chelsea out on the pitch, ready to play. And no Oppo in sight. Maybe they're scared of Andy Myers, and with good reason. He wasn't called Tyson for nothing. Let's have a look at the team news tonight. A couple of changes from Andy Myers. Leon Rankin comes in to start at wing-back, replacing George Nunn. In terms of the two changes from that Monday night game, the other is in goal. Ethan Wadey, the young American, who we saw against Arsenal, making his PL2 debut, in for Carlo Ziga. And we think it'll look a little something like this, although Livramento and Dion Rankin will probably go the other way round, but we shall see. We'll wait and see. Maybe Andy Myers has got a little something sneaky for us. As for Liverpool, here's their side. You may well know the name Ben Woodburn. He's gone a bit cold after looking a real hot prospect 2 or 3 years back. Kumetio, Clarkson, Kane all played Senior Cup football for Jurgen Klopp. There is Ben Woodburn, Liverpool's youngest ever scorer, and Wales's second youngest ever scorer on debut as a 17-year-old. He's had a few loans, haven't really worked out for him. 21 now, ripe old age, and looking for a home. Who knows? Liverpool have stopped scoring. Maybe they should pick him in the first team. The referee tonight is Matthew Russell. Back in the throng for the Blues, having missed out a couple of games ago for the first time, and he's played every game except that Arsenal match. Woodburn indeed will be captaining the side. Liverpool no winning in 6. They've lost 4 of their last 5, and quite spectacularly so. They conceded 6 at home last time to Man U, 4 at home to Spurs, and 7 at home to Man City, all in the last few weeks. And it's odd because they've not been playing a young side. A lot of these players won the Youth Cup when Chelsea let someone else have a go a couple of years ago for once, under the coach who's now in charge of them, Barry Lutus. But it can happen at PL2 level. You can have these odd runs and long breaks without players. Well, the Blues went 49 days without until they got back to action with that Arsenal match that Tommy and I were watching for you the last time we were together, Tommy. And well, that was a good game, and a lot of them have been actually. PL2 this season, there's been a lot of 2-2s and 3-2s and comebacks and games of 2 halves.
Yeah, very entertaining, the Arsenal game, and the one before that was Spurs at this stadium here, and that was a real quality game as well, and plenty of incident with Danny Drinkwater getting sent off the check playing in goal. But different test again tonight. Liverpool, they said they want to put that right. That's, as you said earlier, it's a bit of a rare occasion when they lose as many games as they have at PL2 level. Know the talent, and they got first team quality.
Yes, Dion Rankin, the shirt is the giveaway, is with the number 7 shirt, will be the right wing back. Tino Livramento's been bombing up and down that right flank all season, either as a right back or a right wing back, and sometimes an out-and-out right winger. Another nudge on that far side, this one not given as a foul. Simiu on Leighton Stewart, number 9.
I have to say, it looked like a freak to me. Donald Simiu just half a pace behind the striker there, and give him a little bit of a nudge, but give a throw on away. No free kick given.
Meteo with the touch there. Liverpool's number 5, the centre-half there. That's a good ball. Here's Dion Rankin.
Oh,
No one made the run he was looking for.
no, Tierno Ballo went to make the run, stopped, and obviously it looks as though it's a better poor decision, but I think it's Tierno Ballo's created that issue there for Dion Rankin. If he'd made the run, the ball was on.
Other way! Yes, Kenny, come out.
Marcelo, Brazilian, Liverpool's goal. These two men, relatively early on in the season, quite a different Liverpool side. It was a 3-1 victory up on Merseyside. And, it was the second last goal, actually, that Brian Fiamma scored. A late penalty consolation in that game. He scored one in the Youth Cup after that. Really needs a goal. Coming for 5 months without one, which is no good for a number 9, really. The funny thing is, though, plenty of his games, he's played well in a lot of them. That Arsenal game was a case in point. He had a great chance to turn 2-1 into 3-1 in that match, and
And that's why we went missing that chance. It showed lack of confidence. Really, if you tried to really belt it as opposed to place it, and the goalkeeper's position was wrong as well. And when you're out of form, that's what happens. We've seen it at first team level with Timo Werner. You just need to tap in, and all of a sudden you're on the route again. So let's hope he gets one tonight, an opportunity to stick the ball in the back of the net.
Oh, that's a chunky challenge coming
That's
there.
a yellow card all day long.
Real chop on Livramento, who, as we know, gets going on the gallop at pace.
That's a shocker. I mean, and the problem with that was it was the pace bend. The pace he's gone at the fullback there, Conor Bradley. Look at him, just gets it out of his feet, knocks it there, just nicks it as the defenders make the challenge, and that's shin high. That's almost bordering on a red. It was that high.
Conor Bradley will have to be on best behaviour now. Right, here's Harvey Vale. Oh, that was a risk from Kemesha. Watching there, great chance early on, 1-0. Liverpool defensive lapse. Punished by Tierno Ballo in the opening minutes here. Fabulous finish. A bit of a gift to begin with, but it needed some finishing, and Tierno Ballo's provided it. What a great start, Tommy.
Well, a crazy start. I have to say, they played out from the back very early on in the game, and I thought it was a little bit tight there, but trying to do a drag back on the edge of the box as a centre-half, that is criminal. I mean, the bench are going mad. Not there, Billy, not there, they're shouting, but Kemesha had every chance to get it. He decides to try and do a drag back. Chelsea the ball off him. That's a real good finish. He's still got plenty to do there, Tierno Ballo, but here's it into the far post. Great way to start the game, but shocking decision from the centre-back there to try and do a drag back on the edge of his own box.
He went a long time without a goal, Tierno Ballo. He had a great pre-season, was in the goals early in the campaign, didn't score again till the Arsenal match that Tommy and I were just talking about. Now that was an early goal there, and he had a couple of chances in the first few minutes, actually, in that match, then did score his third chance, and he's taken that one there. Honestly, I understand that people play out from the back now, and that is encouraged, but not the Zinedine Zidane pirouette on the edge of your own box. What was Billy Kemesha thinking?
Well, it was a shocking decision. That just kicked there about the amount of goals they've conceded in this last few games. And probably if they're making decisions like that on the edge of their own box, then you can fully understand why they're conceding 7 against Man United.
Maybe they've been watching the first team of late. Sort of gaff that Klopp's been seeing a fair bit of. Kemesha started a Champions League game for Klopp in December when they've already got themselves sorted for qualification. Liverpool do not do that at any level.
Stay high, Lou!
So ball out there for Ethan Wading.
Well done, Connor!
Teenage American in goal. There's been a lot of chopping and changing in goal for the Blues level this term.
He played in the Arsenal game recently, didn't he? Which you and I both did, and he did okay. I mean, a couple of decisions that he made coming out for balls maybe they weren't on. So the more games he plays, the more he'll get used to that. But he made one great save in the second half in Arsenal putting us under pressure, and that would have given him some confidence, I'm sure.
To Rankin. Early ball in search of the goal scorer, Ballo. Jake Kane here. Scored one of the three when Liverpool beat the Blues earlier this season, Jake Kane. Been on a couple of Premier League matches as well. Played in the FA Cup last season as well. Here goes Livramento again. Bradley couldn't foul him that time. Getting back to help him was Lewis Longstaff.
Well, you see there that Bradley, he can't make another challenge as rash as the first one was, because if they get another yellow card and he'll be off. But we need Livramento to get at him now, really chase him down that out left and give him a go.
Here comes Sterling. He was on the charge and the ball suddenly got played to him. Dujon Sterling wins Chelsea a corner.
Again, good movement down the right. So Dujon Sterling, a great pace. We know he's got that, and quality when he gets into that final third. Well blocked by the defender.
More pressure on the ball so they can't do that one.
From Livramento, just a bit too deep.
I have to say, Tino's looking at people there. So, you know, that's obviously a playing piece there. The ball was played short to George McEachran and played it out to Tino. Tino's just dinked the ball to the far post, and I think someone's got to challenge him for that. One of the centre halves. All three seem to be in the same space, and they didn't sort of get on the end of it. It was as bad as it looked.
Yes, Ben. Yes, Ben.
Bamer with the squeeze.
Yes, Leon.
I think Silly played to go this time. And they let it bounce, and it's amazing how often that happens.
Yeah, play your way in, Ben. Play your way in.
Woodburn. Tyler Morton, and then Livramento backfilling in.
Come on.
Harvey Vale scored a beauty in the youth cup. May have been with us on the fifth stand up for that in the demolition of Barnsley. 8 scored and 6 were worldies. His was one. 30-yard lob, absolutely brilliant. Here's Rankin. Quickly flipped round the corner. Just started well. Ballow's in for a second here. By the corner, and he's in business, but it's straight at Marcelo.
Again, Dion Rankin makes a great little run in behind the defenders here. He cuts the ball back, and Tiano Ballow's there again. Great little bit of skill to cut inside the two defenders. Just can't, he gets out of his feet well. Just can't get enough purchase on that left-footed shot to test the goalkeeper.
It's a good chance there. Done hard work to open up.
Yeah, when he's gone, just keep honest and go there.
Cometio launches it again. Not the best, but it wasn't a pirouette on the edge of his own box. Rankin, a slightly unfamiliar position, will have Andy Myers in his ear all half long, I'm sure. For the first half, anyway, yes. Longstaff. Tracked all the way by George McEachran.
Go on, you two, 2v1. Yep. Yeah.
Neat little flick round the corner from Clarkson.
Looks neat and tidy, Clarkson, already in this opening sort of 10 minutes. Gets on the ball, looks tidy here.
He started the Champions League game in December. The same that Cometio did against Midtjylland, and he played a couple last season and this season, so he's one of those, I guess, Timo Anjorin equivalent, really, just knocking on the door in that stable of next one's off the rank kind of thing.
Well, you can understand it with Cometio. He looks a big physical boy, obviously left-footed, looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. Obviously that was a horrendous mistake for the goal, but you can see why physically why he's able to be in that first team squad in and around, especially with cup sides that don't really have the dead rubbers, you know.
Lovely from Livramento. good skill, and then the pass. Wing back to wing back. Here comes Dion Rankin.
Brilliant, that hole.
I mean, it's a great play again on left-hand side. Tino Livramento, it doesn't fail to impress me. Every time I see him, he gets better and better. And it's a great ball out here to Dion Rankin. Takes the full-back on, does well, gets in the box, and then please replace Divots almost. I think he almost kicked the ground. The ball bobbled a little bit, ended up being a nothing. But Tino still great to play down the left.
Vale. You know you can put it anywhere into the space, and Livramento will probably get there. Flying wing backs. Very much a thing at the moment for Thomas Tuchel, of course. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Not quite reinvented there, but there's a bit of that going on. Chelsea subs just scrolling through there. If you don't recognise the name of Declan Frith, well, nor did we. I'll be honest with you, he's a trialist. It would be his first go. May or may not see him later. Soon Sup Bell, the under-18s leading scorer, is there. That's a teasing ball. Very difficult to try and get it through to Leighton Stewart. They've got the next best thing, and that's a corner.
I think Dino Simmons looking at his goalkeeper there, Ethan Wadey. I think he's got to come out. The ball just playing into space there. There's plenty of room for him to make a decision earlier. He starts to come forward, then goes back, and he creates the problem for Levi Colwill there. And if he makes his mind up earlier, it's an easy decision.
Captain doing the organising, having done the necessary defence. Safety first. It's a short corner from Liverpool.
Oh.
And then across, I can only presume, hit the wrong side of his boot. Either that or a horrendous bobble, but I doubt that on the Kings Meadow pitch. Here's a look at the goal. Vale's ball didn't work, but nor did that drag back. Livramento involved as usual. It's a lovely finish, isn't it? Such a clean, straight hit.
Yeah, it's a great strike, and Owen Beck comes across trying to get a block in, but it was a real good finish, low and down into the corner. It's amazing, though, but you look at this stage here, you look at the Arsenal game with Marcel Lewis was absolutely outstanding, and tonight, for whatever reason, he's not in the squad. Don't know if he's got a little bit of an injury or whatever, but he was against Arsenal. But again, you know, you look now, all of a sudden, it gives a chance to Dion Rankin, who I think on the bench that day to come in and do his job, and he started the game very brightly.
Hey, come on, ref!
Yes, been missing Marcel, along with Henry Lawrence and Miles Burt-Harris for a couple of games now. Does bring chances for others. You think how many are out on loan?
Yes, Ben. Yes, Ben.
An under-23 team that Chelsea could put out. Would include people like Mark Gurhey and Conor Gallagher, and even Ethan Ampadu. Longstaff here. Simiyu again gets the touch. It'll be another corner. Liverpool were hoping for something more, I think.
Yeah, it's a good run from Longstaff from that right-hand side. He makes a good little run into the box, well fed by Ben Woodburn there, and all of a sudden Daniel Simu comes across, makes contact with him, but there's no way it's going to be a penalty, but it definitely was a corner.
Liverpool have settled a little after that early setback. Vale gets rid.
Come on!
Livramento. Morgan Boys was trying to keep up with him.
Morgan Boys was treading water, but unfortunately Livramento just lost his balance at the last moment, and the touch went too far in front of him. Conor Bradley rescued the situation, but every occasion he loves running at defenders.
Been a miss the Liverpool game because he was suspended. He just had a quite brilliant performance in a super match against Derby that Chelsea won 3-2, but he got sent off right at the end of it needlessly. Otherwise he's ever present. Rankin with the cross, way too close to Marcelo. Here comes the pressure. It's floaty and not hugely helpful from Marcelo, but it's thumped out by the left back, Owen Beck.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Chelsea aren't giving them any respite when they get the ball at the back. Predominantly, they're starting to press quite early on and make it tight for them. They played the well out of that really, really well there, Liverpool. Now got the ball now third.
Yeah, give him it, Boise.
Manchester City tonight, they've scored. There with Chelsea. Blackburn won earlier on. It's very tight at the top of the PL2 table. Chelsea winners last year on the classic old way, points per game. Same way that the women won the WSL. The difference there being that the women weren't actually top worthy, but they had a game in hand that crucially made the maths work. Chelsea were top with 4 games to go. And unbeaten as well, despite a fair few scares and a lot of late comebacks. Only lost 3 times in the league this term. A lot of these boys have been playing in the Football League as well. There are a couple of defeats in that as well. But in league terms, back-to-back against the 2 halves of Merseyside. And then Monday night at Derby. That is not bad with a side that changed a lot to only beaten 3 times over.
Great ball.
That's nicely worked. Livramento with Fia Baymat and Ballo in the middle. And Bale can't do much more than that. Corner.
Great move. George McEachran and Lewis Bate. Great little bit of play. Ball out to the left-hand side. And again, Harvey Val done really well in his opening 18 minutes. He's shown up quite nicely. Makes that run outside Tino Livramento, feeds the ball into the near post. Defender comes across and clears it. But a really good bit of play again in that midfield area.
Yeah, make sure you bounce in, Boise.
Got good
Billy,
creativity. Harvey Bale, and half a dozen goals this term as well. That's at youth team level. Well, good luck, Marcelo. Well, it's not a good corner, but it nearly turned into a handy one. Just too crowded there. Plus, it was on McEachran's right foot.
Yeah, you can see it was on his left. George having a little strike there, but he didn't, and decided to keep possession.
Nice ball, Ethan Wade. Accurately getting Chelsea up the pitch.
Too deep.
Good.
Colwell, well steady at the back this term. It's been good, Levi Colwell. Generally next to Captain Simeon. Oh, look at that. Spate, just a little drop of the shoulder, bit of acceleration. Pass didn't quite work out. Woodburn having to drop deep to try and get involved.
Yeah, and that's where you want Ben Woodburn. He's got good experience. He's been on loan, and you want him in the areas because he's more effective in the final third.
Around it, Dan. Come on. Around it. Yes, Lou.
Simeon nods out the ball from Cometio. McEachran onto it quickly. Vale did well to win the free kick there, I think.
Yeah, he did. He bought that. His first touch wasn't the best. This is Lewis Bate. Look at that. Great little bit of turn of acceleration there. And plays the ball forward, which actually doesn't get to its target. But again, one that impresses me every time I see him.
2 diminutive, very tidy-looking number 6s up against each other there. Leighton Clarkson tries to be one who makes Liverpool tick through the middle, and Bates been very good at doing that for a while.
Well, hold up. Hold the papers, read all about it. Tino Livramento give a ball away. I haven't seen that for a while.
And into Woodburn again.
We've got it right across.
Keeps dropping deep to get involved. Not where he wants to be doing his work, as Tommy just said. Clark's, well, he was in there for a second, Beck. If his touch had been any good, it really wasn't.
Well, it's twice Owen Beck's had an opportunity, and his first touch has let him down, and that went off for a throw. And as you said, he gets out his feet and smashes it into the box.
Maybe just an instance there of communication with, you've got your right-sided centre half, and Sterling has got to be helping out Dion Rankin, who's not, he's played a little bit of full-back, but not generally. He's more a wide man in an attacking sense. In the same way you like having Aspilicueta there for Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's been doing it a lot for Thomas Tuchel so far.
Yeah.
And I think Callum's actually quite quickly improved at that defensive side. I really noticed it in the last game when he played.
No. He's learning his trade well. I think you're right again, Bennett, about tonight. That will do him the world of good having Dujon Sterling behind him with his experience. Again, he's one who's been on low.
Just pleased to be playing some football himself. Dujon, here he is. Like George McEachran, latest loan spell didn't really work out. The one before did. At Wigan he had some injury problems, Dujon Sterling. Before that he played a whole season, started nearly every game for Cov. What a ball. Typical McEachran to Livramento. And Colwill. The Chris Wilder mould of the overlapping centre half there.
Yeah. I've got freedom to play, and doesn't put him in shackles. He's just go and do your thing.
Sterling comes to help out Rankin there. Free kick given.
Yeah, didn't see much when he played the ball. I think he was overplayed. I didn't see much contact there, I have to say, but the referee saw something that I didn't.
See if you can help Connor so he can get out quicker.
Yeah, he just catches in with his follow through. I was watching the ball.
Himself, could he?
No, I was watching the ball to Dujon Sterling. Saw it go out and didn't see the late contact. So it was actually a pretty good decision.
Just too eager, needless free kick, and as you say, ball was out of play. Would have been a Liverpool throw, and it's a chance to put some quality into the Reds' box here. It's not going to be McEachran, probably. Be Bate, maybe. Livramento. What's the shot? Says Barry Lutus. It will be Bate. Looking for that far stick. It's a great ball, and it's right across the face. Whistles on anyway.
What a great ball that is, it to the far stick. And again, it's only one. It was Harvey out, who eventually got on to the end of it, but unfortunately too late. But they were expecting the shot, as you said. Have a look at this again. I don't know why.
It's Colwill.
It's Colwill at the far stick. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was Levi Colwill at the far stick and rescued it, but just couldn't get it back before it went over the line. No, it's not gone over the line.
I think he just went a bit early. Must have been offside.
Offside, yeah.
Pocket, the back lines, deep it, the back lines.
Good friend on the touchline there, Gregors Kornazjevic. His name scores 4,000 in Scrabble. Here comes Dion Rankin. Ballo. If you're coming in late, his goal, very good again
Lewis.
from Lewis Bate, and then sadly gave it away.
Yeah, just overplayed it there, didn't he? He had an option to make a pass, but decided to run with it. Tiano Ballo gives a free kick away. And,
cheeky trip.
It was a
Did
cheeky
well
one.
to get away with a yellow card, without a yellow card.
Right in front of the referee as well, so you'd think he would get a yellow card for it. Yeah. Woodburn just got in front of him there, cut across him as good players do, and as you said, he just made contact there.
Busy half hour. Couple of shots, fouled a couple of times, and a yellow card to go with his goal. Tiano Ballo.
Louis, you okay? Yeah, play later.
Clarkson.
Lucky man. Outside the line. Yeah,
Clarkson. To Kane.
Yes, Lou.
Morgan Boyce.
Again, Boycey, again.
Well, centre half with an ambitious pass that Colwell has got to first. Maybe just the run there of Bradley across made him take his arm ball because he's headed it sideways.
Yeah, it wasn't the best header. I think he won't be pleased with that. But again, it's just a long ball to put us in a little bit of trouble. It's a nothing ball, really. Should have been better.
Morton's cross, catching practice for Ethan Wade. He's had a very quiet half out here. Long may that continue.
Johnson, play round you.
Only played once for the 18s, Ethan Wadey. 2 now for the PL2. Levi Colwell almost overstretched himself, but he actually did very well in the end. Livramento into Ballo. Kumetio gets toe in, but Chelsea will have a corner.
Again, great play from the back. And Levi Colwell just made fantastic ground there, and he took 3 or 4 Liverpool forwards out of play there as they were trying to press and enable Ballo to get the ball eventually. But again, the big centre half Kumetio gets clear. But good play at the back from Chelsea.
Bate the short option for Livramento. Will it be the out-and-out in-swinger? They put 2 out Liverpool in case they do go short, and indeed it will be all the way in. It's deep. Oh well, but it's there. It's a chance. Harvey Vale just waiting to see if there's a flag. I don't think there was.
I don't think there was either, and all the Liverpool defenders are looking around at the assistant and saying to him, you know, Lino, put your hand up, put your flag up. But I have to say, when the ball was knocked back, it looked way offside to me. I think Harvey Vale thought he was offside as well. He didn't really make much of an effort to get it. Chance begging there.
I'm not shouting on to him, I'm just letting you know that.
Forward by Morton. Colwell, excellent. Might have done him a disservice by saying he's been better than that, actually. But what I meant from that was he generally looks absolutely unflappable. He reminds me a little bit of when we used to see Andreas Christensen play as an 18-year-old. Just minimum of fuss, rarely has to break into a sprint, kind of cruises in position, deals with them tidily. He's not chucking himself in the way of everything. He kind of leaves that to Daniel Simeo a bit more.
Totally agree. I'm not saying he's in the same class. Reminds me a little bit of Thiago at the moment, what he seems to be doing, because he doesn't seem to break sweat in games. And not only did the turn there, but the actual pace on the ball to beat the Liverpool defender was superb.
Louis, they don't get out now. Ben, they don't get out.
Barry Lutus sprinting from the touchline, and he doesn't want Chelsea to bail out.
I have to say, Ben, half an hour in, neither number 9 that's been cited with radar. There's been a lot of good play from other players, but there's a chance here for Bima. Oh, again, the centre-half just gets the toe to it back to his goalkeeper, but chased a lost goal there. But neither number 9's really impressed in his game so far.
Bate with the switch. There's Rankin. It's an easy pass that when you're as good as Lewis Bate is at doing it. Rankin's cross and another Chelsea corner coming.
Brilliant play all round. Lewis Bate, absolutely fantastic. 50-yard ball to fake. Rankin goes at full-back, gets past him. It's a good ball in. Defender does well to get it clear. Great bit of play again from Chelsea. You know, the game crying out for left footers. You look at the 2 left footers we got in midfield here, Lewis Bate and George McEachran, absolutely great. Ironically, they're 2 centre halves. I noticed are both left footers, and the world are screaming for them, but they got 2, one's playing on the right, obviously.
Oh, lit flick at the near post.
Bit of afters there, I think. Daniel
Simu
involved.
something.
I think Daniel Simu's got involved there with Morgan Boyce, and the word with both of them there.
Matthew Russell, the referee. Just have a little look there.
Didn't really look a lot there, Ben, did there? Maybe in a bit of afters, which we didn't see when it panned away.
Some neat and tidy moments, especially from Chelsea. Neither keepers with a lot to do. Of course, Barrow's put one past Marcelo, but we've not really seen him making saves. And Wade at the other end's had a quiet half hour. Wait. McEachran.
Good lead. With them tight.
George McEachran was on loan at Maastricht. Didn't really get a lot of game time, just 3 appearances for them. Better off back doing this, I guess. Nice ball. Wing back to wing back. Leon Rankin, great chance for 2-0.
And again, Ben, the play down the left, they're playing through the press. Liverpool are trying to get as tight as they can, but Tino Livramento cuts infield. The ball's fantastic. His first touch, brilliant. Just want to get it out of his feet. It's exactly what he does. Trying to drift far post like Dino Barrow did for the goal, and just misses that far stick. Would have been a fantastic goal. He doesn't hit the target.
We've seen wing back to 2 or 3 times now. Leon Rankin came as a sub in the first game of the season, scored the only goal of the game within a couple of minutes. That was against West Ham. And, chances have been few and far between to add to that tally since, but that was a good one. That and the one that bowed straight at the keeper earlier. Mentioned Marcelo not really been making saves. That was a routine one, should have been. Chelsea have had 2 really good chances to turn 1-0 into 2.